Happy 2023, my friends. I'm here to give you a short cosmic wisdom message for January. So I want to start with the obvious, which is a lot of us make New Year's resolutions or, have some idea of our visions and goals and objectives for the new year. In standard secular terms, we talk about resolutions, and the big thing about resolutions is that we know that there's a lot of pessimism actually around them, that resolutions fail. We start off, really committed and then we fizzle out over time. From the yogic tradition, there's a different term that's used, which is a sankalpa. Sankalpa means intention or your deepest desire, your deepest yearning. And the root comes from the word san, which means to be at one with, and kalpa means time. So, how are we really dedicating our time to what is going to meet our deepest need and desire. In the Jewish tradition, we have a different term, which is called kavannah. Kavannah also means intention, but it comes from the root word lekavein, which means to aim at. So think about an archer with a bow and arrow, and you're really looking at your target. You're very focused and mindful and intentional about what you are aiming towards and then how you're going to meet that mark. Um, in the corporate world, some of you may have worked with the term OKRs, which are objectives and key results. So, what are my big, broad objectives for the year? And then, what would be specific, measurable key results that would let me know and inform whether I've reached that objective and fulfilled that objective? Um, from the coaching perspective, we all often talk about having a vision and doing some visioning work. What are your dreams, your ideals? What are the things that you would like to move forward towards? And then how do we take that vision into action through specific measurable results and having accountability around those? So, all of these are different ways of saying that I hope you have some interesting, exciting, inspiring goals, objectives, visions for yourself for the year, and that you've done some work of really thinking about how would I take the next steps to move towards those. Obviously, I'm here to support you in that through coaching, through astrology. But I think it's really important work to do. I don't think it's like a throwaway, resolutions. Puh. Obviously, I'm somebody, my whole profession is designed around supporting people to really understand what their deepest intentions and desires are, and then how to get there. So I love doing that work. Okay, I do want to move into a little bit of astrology with you guys. So January starts off a little weird. Mars is still in retrograde. It doesn't come out of retrograde until January 14th. Mars is about action. So you might not feel like you're really, yes, let's go, let's make things happen these first 2 weeks of the year. It might be that you're still thinking about, because Mars is in Gemini, which is about getting your thoughts clear and figuring out and making choices and learning still. So you might be holding back on action until, January 14th. Also, Mercury is still in retrograde at the beginning of this year right now until January 19th. So, you know, maybe it is about revisiting, revisioning, reviewing, getting more information before really going full steam into action. Having said that, Jupiter is in Aries now. So yay, Jupiter in Aries. That Jupiter's big energy, optimism, faithfulness, positivity about what's possible, right? So I have a big vision, and Aries is about let's get it done. I want to win at this. I've got goals. I know what they are. I know my desires, and I am in action with a lot of passion to make it happen. So Jupiter is going to be in Aries all the way through May 18th of this year. Amazing time to really have a big goal, big, big, massive, big, not don't play small at the beginning of this year. Play big. Jupiter's expansive. What do I want to expand around? What do I want to grow into that really gives me a sense of purpose? That's Jupiter, which, by the way, my big objective for the year, one of them, I have many, but my big objective for the year is to publish my book, which is all about Jupiter and Jupiter cycles in our life and how to understand and work with that to really give us information about our soul purpose, about what we believe in, what our ideals are, and how we want to grow and expand our soul in this lifetime, for the good of others, with a lot of generosity. So keep an eye out for that book. I do have a target date of spring, like around April. Okay, last thing about 2023. We are in a 7 year based on numerology. So 2023 is 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 3, which is 4 plus 3 is 7. So a 7 year in the major arcana in tarot is the Chariot. So I'll show you a couple of versions of the Chariot. This is from the Art Nouveau deck, which is a more traditional take on the Rider-Waite deck, but in a kind of upgraded kind of thing there. This one here is from the the Light Seers Tarot deck, the Light Seers Tarot. So you can take a look at that one. And then I have one more for you, which is from the Tarot of the Holy Spectrum. Um, so you'll see that all of the chariots involve some kind of vehicle and a person in the driver's seat. The chariot energy, the energy for this year, numerologically, is about self-mastery. It's about knowing and choosing the path you are going to go down, aka sankalpa, resolution, kavannah, OKRs. So, what is my desire? Where am I driving or leading this vehicle of my life this year? And it's really up to me. It's up to me. There are a lot of things that are beyond our control. We surrender what is beyond our control with a lot of grace and compassion as much as we can bring to that, right? That's where spiritual practice comes in. But what is in my control are my decisions, my actions, my accountability, my manifesting my desire, and my being in the driver's seat as the authority of my own life. And that's what the chariot reminds us to do, that we may be in conflict between our heart, our mind, our physical abilities, our time, our resources, what other people externally to us want and expect. We sometimes, there's a lot of competing, and you'll see this with the black and white horses or the black and white sphinx. These look like they're almost pulling in different directions, and I'm trying to control and master and manage and direct them in the way that I want them to go. Here, there are a lot of moon and star imagery. Stars are always about hope, and the moon is always about trust and intuition to go with the changes as they arise. This is a very feminine kind of very grounded energy in this. Can I be grounded in my own intuitive inner knowing and guidance GPS system, right? Do I trust my GPS system to tell me, right? We get so over reliant on the external GPS and, oh, if my Google Maps isn't working and I don't know where to go, I'm lost, right? But how the chariot's an invitation to come back into our own sense of how do I want to navigate? What do I know that I'm not lost? I'm not stranded or stuck. And then this card is kind of interesting because it's showing almost the borderline between what is the obvious in the light. And sometimes we get stuck and we can't move forward. But then we need to move actually towards what's more unconscious, like that faith in the universe, that faith in our higher connection, right? That is important to get us moving forward again. So I encourage you to, double down on your practices that bring you into the center of your heart and spirit and intuition as well. All right, that's what I have for you right now. Wishing you a great January. Please leave any comments or questions that you have, and I'm here as needed. I will see you guys again in February.